We're here at the Trailside Organic Farm at Cornwall Manor, and we just want to say how happy we are to have them here. This is such a boon to the health of the seniors that live here, and Ian and Katie have done a wonderful job developing this farm in 2 years.
The ground when we first helped last year was clay and rocks, and it looked like nothing would grow. And thanks to their hard work and the irrigation they did the first year by hand because they had no water source available, they've brought this around and they planted cover crops.
Right.
And then they've dug that in and they've just developed this ground incredibly well, to the point where they got organic certification their second year here, and that often takes 3 to 5 years elsewhere. So they have worked hard to develop what we have today, and it's just growing.
They're producing an abundance of crops that are used in our dining room, and they're sold to our residents, and it's just wonderful to have all that available to us.
Yeah, we can't wait till Friday at 11 o'clock when we get to look at the produce that they've made.
Right.
They're a lot of fun too.
They are.
The more I think about this whole organic farm at Cornwall Manor and the partnership between Rodale Farms and Cornwall Manor, the more I think it's absolutely brilliant. As far as my life is concerned, it fits me perfectly. I spend most of my working life working with people, conflict management, human interaction skills, communication, and then at home, I spent most of my time in the garden growing vegetables for my family, and of course they needed to be organic. And at that time, the only way I'd have organic was if I did it myself. And so we grew most of our vegetables, and one of the hardest things for me to leave when I came here was my garden. So we didn't know until we got here that there were going to be this organic garden coming to Cornwall Manor. And so we watched and waited, and we're really pleased to see the progress. And eventually they asked for volunteers. And so, of course, there I was. So I got a chance to do what I loved best, which was to work in the garden, to support Ian and Katie in the work that they were trying to do for the community, and to work with people who I was sharing this life with. And so we worked outdoors, we worked indoors, we planted seeds, we transplanted little seedlings into cells, and all the time telling each other stories and getting acquainted with each other and supporting the community that we'd come to be part of. I thought I would only volunteer in the garden, but last year, the second year that they did the market, I tried the market. And I loved it. The first time I walked in and I saw all those vegetables, I couldn't believe how vital and alive they were, and the beauty of the colors. And then when I looked over at the couches where people were sitting, there were people smiling and talking and waiting with their bags and their money to be able to buy what that was picked that morning, and it was going to be on their tables that evening. And I was so excited. And the biggest word I can think of about the whole thing is vibrancy and aliveness. and what a pleasure it is to be part of it.